Hello and welcome back to another session of serde-yaml. It's Byron speaking. And in the previous session, well, I actually don't have to show this because, in the previous session, we have set up the infrastructure to handle multiple documents, to handle the BOM, which we now do on a per document basis. I'm just seeing a bug here in our infrastructure, because this one here should only be relevant if we are doing the BOM on a per stream level. You know what? I think I don't want that. I don't want to write the DOM on a per document level. The BOM, sorry. because I have to be able to deal with it when deserializing on a per document level. So before each document begins, I may expect a BOM, byte order mark. But when writing this, I think I want to write it only once per stream, because the BOM may not change between the documents, so it makes no sense to write it down once per document, which I currently do. So I think what we want here is begin stream. And here we will write the BOM. And that is that. I wonder, doing a try here makes no sense. Here we just write it, and this will be the default output. So that's self, formatter, options, encoding as ref. Exactly. So that's the BOM here. And begin stream, end stream, well, I don't think we need that. Begin stream is something I would like to have, though. So let's try stuff. So considering this, if you wrap it up again, then this is not needed. So this is the return value. Sometimes I'm dumb, but at least I'm not too dumb to not see this after a while. So begin document is fine, no BOM here, but we now want to have a, let's use this side. Begin document, we want to have a begin stream as well. There's no end stream right now. Cool. So that shall give us the chance to write the BOM. And this is also good and better than before, and here we are fine. So end document. End document doesn't do anything yet, even though it should encode the end of document marker. And once again, we have no idea. Yeah, I might even do it like this. Let's be a bit more concise here, shall we? Does that look good? Not so much. That's looking a bit better, I think. Might do the same here. We can put it like that. Yeah, formatting is always something I have difficulties with. And maybe we can do that, huh? This should be more, I think that's more like it. Like that. So it should still be fine, right? Right. Actually, I should have built this. Oh. Cargo build. Yes, I think I did. 82. Self, formatter, options, encoding. That's the one. Good. So now we write this stuff, but obviously we don't write any new lines. So here, I think what I want is a kind of line break, a line terminator or something. Line break. Oh no, the EOF end of line wiki end of line marker or something. How's this called? New line. Yeah. New line, representations. Here, that's the one. And what does YAML say about new line? LR plus CR. Oh, there it was somewhere. Here. Carriage return, line feed, carriage return. That's the line break. Okay, line break characters. All other characters, including the form feed, are considered non-break characters. So the serializer, yeah, what's happening here? Do we have a line break, which is not documented? Line break, py-yaml line break. What do you say? So we found out what this line break does, huh? And that's stating the obvious. You can forget that the line break you need. What do you mean? Like, is it the kind of line break encoding that we are interested in, or what? Jesus Christ! Something that sucks is replaced with something that sucks as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I guess this is a line break character. So let's have this as a presentation option here. Line break character. So by default, yeah, this could even be different depending on the platform we are on. But I'm not sure about that. Is there something with UTF-8? Do they specify this? UTF or Unicode line break? Is there something for it? Unicode. What do you say? The Unicode standard defines a number of characters that conforming applications should recognize as the terminators. Vertical tab, form feed, carriage return, CR plus LF. This is usually the Windows style. Next line, line separate. Jesus Christ, this may seem overly complicated compared to an approach such as converting all the line terminators to a single character, for example, LF. However, Unicode was designed to preserve all information when converting a text file from any existing encoding to Unicode and back. Therefore, Unicode should contain characters included in existing encodings. Null is included in blah. Null is also control character in C1 control set, blah, blah, blah. Recognizing and using the new line codes greater than is not often done. There are multiple bytes in UTF-8 and the code for null has been used as the ellipsis character in Windows, for instance. Windows 12.5.2. 12.5.2, yeah, for instance, YAML no longer recognizes them as special in order to be compatible with JSON. Okay, good. So I guess, I don't know what the default is. Yeah, what does Python do? Yeah, I think we do a new line or LF, right? LF, that's the default. OS X1. What's the line break? Nah, that's not what I mean. JSON, maybe JSON line break. Or new line. YAML line break character. Was there something? Version 1.1? Line break characters? That's not nothing new. Yeah, I think I will just line. I'll just have an enum for this, and then we are done. Something I don't like is that the line break I'll have to write explicitly. I think that's also something that the formatter could easily do for us because it's white space related. And it might already have something that can do it. Where is it? Open, close. Do we put a line break somewhere? Yeah, we do. But we use explicit ones. And for a single character, write all is not required, is it? Because either, well, probably it is required. Damn it, I don't like this write all because it loops. It's a lot of stuff that happens there just to write a single byte. That's weird. Anyway, because usually in any programming language, you just use write and you are done. But not so here, and this is a bit odd. I might want to ask a question about it. Why is that all of a sudden not enough? Maybe because it is allowed to write only partial strings. That's what the interface defines. All the languages out there kind of rely on you doing the looping, and most people actually don't do it. So lots of programs can fail just because of that. And I think in Rust, they just don't want it, and they therefore provide a write all as convenience, so to say. All right. That's how I see it. 11 minutes in. Let's do something. Let's add a line break enumeration here. Identifies the kind of line break characters we want to use. And that's also interesting when, this needs to be, everything needs to be encoded. And in the moment we encode this, then even a line break in UTF-16 would have 2 bytes, right? Anyway, I think that would be the case. So identifies the kind of line break characters we want to use. Pub enum line break. So we have line feed. We have carriage return. And we have line feed plus carriage return, right? Line feed plus CR, yeah, that's the one. Oh no, wait, is the Windows mentioned here? CR plus LF. Oh, look. That's the one. Carriage return plus line feed. Yeah, so that's the Windows kind of version. And I think for this, we want to have a default. Impl default for line break. Fn default. Which shall be a line break line feed, Linux style. And we want to convert this to a string, I think. Impl as ref str for line break. Fn as ref. Self returns a str. And yeah, let's match on ourselves and say, well, if we are line break line feed, yeah, do we want this or do we want to go ahead with bytes? No, we need to be encoded. So we need a string so that we can use our encode method. Yeah, as a speed up, we could consider at some point to have encode that works on bytes. And I guess we should decide on this soon, just because, yeah, you know what? I think I want to have this. I think I want to have an encode that, because if we have ASCII, and we know it, then we can just do UTF-8 encoding by dumping the bytes as well. And that's the thing. So we have two versions of this. How do I do this? Encode string, encode bytes. Does a string implement as ref U8? Because if that is the case, I could have one function that does it all. Yeah, let's see if we can do this. What can you do, my dear str? str primitive type as ref. Look at that. Oh no, wait. As ref string. Well, what about, do you have something with U8? As bytes, okay. As pointer, okay. What's reaper? To map equivalences between raw structs and their corresponding Rust values. Huh. Never heard about it. The actual implementation of string have direct mappings to slices is the same as U8. You know what? Let's try that. Okay, for now I implement it like this, but I will change it right away if necessary. So for now we go with slash new line, and that's line break carriage return. How do I do a carriage return? Oh, slash R. Yeah. Slash R. Then we have line break, carriage return plus line feed shall be slash R slash N. Okay, that's the one. That's cool. I think this will build. And then I will try or see if this as ref thing works. Expected one off. There is a comma missing here. Yeah. So show me, does this, or maybe as bytes is also part of a trait that I could implement, but I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. I don't see any trait here. All right. Yeah, let's just drop it in. Let's make it B. And B is, B shall be as ref U8. Right? Now I can say as ref. Of course, it should be a slice of that. So in theory, it should still work as it worked before, because str does that. And the question is now, can I do that? I mean, if I would just add another line here that says, well, can you please, you know, whatever. Let's hide this for a moment. If I say I give you a byte string, does that work? It does. Cool. See, this is what I meant. Much better, because now we support both with one implementation. So now here you take this as bytes. The version stuff, and now we can now just implement U8 here. And this as ref doesn't need to be called explicitly anymore, I think. I hope it doesn't want to own it though. I'm not sure about this. Does it want to own it or not? We'll see. I think if it would want to own it, it wouldn't work anyway. But this version thing here, yeah, we will see. We will just see. So yeah, let's see what happens, right? Let's go one after another. So for now, this is supposed to work. U8 found string, that's true. Found slice. True. Still not right. Now, cool, that does work, and I wonder if I can just leave this away, leave this out. Oh yeah. I think this goes in line with how writers can be used in the moment you have a type in there. I'm seeing that maybe I should revise my Google RS because they might be overcomplicated in that regard now. I had the feeling this previously didn't work, but now it does. Cool. So now you can just pass anything that resembles or that boils down to U8. But wait a moment. No, wait. No. Stop. I think I'm getting something wrong here. Yeah. Because this is ASCII now, and as long as it's ASCII, we can be sure how this works. But if this is a string, which is UTF-8 encoded, then we have to re-encode the individual characters. And this is something we would get wrong now, because this thing here really wants to work on bytes. And this only works for bytes, therefore. Encode ASCII. And yeah, let's just mark it. ASCII is a valid subset of UTF-8 and can thus be written directly. So I think I want to call this as ASCII. And if there's anything else, then we have to do, this is just that. And if there are and if there's anything else, we have to encode it. So if you put an ASCII there and want to encode these bytes as UTF-16 and UTF-32, and then we have also like little endian, big endian, which is something we don't even support right now, but should at some point, obviously. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I need two. I need two versions of this. Yeah. Let's call it encode ASCII then. So the version obviously is ASCII. Yeah, this will be a bit faster, I think, under the hood. Encode ASCII. Here we have also encode ASCII. Obviously it must be a byte string, that's important. Yeah. And thanks to the asref, we can put stuff like versions and whatnot in there directly, and it will just work nicely. Yeah. Which is a ref, by the way. This is why that works, and it doesn't claim it wants to be moved here. Chars B as ref. Yeah. Cool. That's fine. So now I need, at some point, encode string. I might just call it encode, and then we have the same thing, but this will have an asref for string slices. Okay, and then we can do what we have to do. Yeah, I could even implement it right away. Encode str, where B is asref str, but not a slice of this, obviously. Asref as byte. So now this will asref gives me an str slice, and this will have an as bytes, which gives me UTF-8 bytes. String as bytes. Oops. Is guaranteed to be encoded in UTF-8, which is exactly what we want here, right? And this is why that works. Good. Encode string. Still, the new line. So here we wanted to start returning bytes, just to be able to write that a bit faster. And there's all this, we leave out all the unnecessary encoding, decoding stuff that we would otherwise have, I think. I don't know if it will be faster in the end or not, but let's just use what we have to use. And here the only thing I have to use is U8. Like this. And now it's a byte string. I like the string handling in Rust very much, to be honest. It is just nice. And the cool thing is now I can just dump line feeds wherever I need them. So begin stream. Ha! Encoding asref, that's the byte order mark. Nothing else happens there, no new line required. So if we have a YAML version, we want to dump this, and then we want to, so this is something we want to try now. And then we want to write a new line. Try. And then there's the official return value, right? Try, oh no, wait, that's the official return value. There's encode ASCII. I could have copied this. Mud self writer opts encoding. And this is opts line break. This is our opts line break character, which will be having an asref, which yields exactly what we need. Like this. Awesome. The only thing we need is a line break field in the options here. Specifies the character to use for line breaks. We have a default implementation of that already. We will just use it. Line break is a line break. And now we just put it here. Line break. Default, like that. Copy this a few times. What can you do? Don't forget this one here. Yeah, so that should be fine for now. So now I'm adding a line break after the thing here. And I think the document, after a document, I don't necessarily need a line break, right? See? Yeah. So I can't put a line break there automatically, but I think always after the YAML 1.2 thing, there you definitely want to have, yeah, there you want to have a line break. Good. So this is what we do now. Begin stream, blah, blah. Need line break after version directive. Let's call it version directive. Yeah, let's call it like that. So that should just work. Not nearly. No mismatch types. Oh yeah, because of this. Kind of move out of borrowed content. All right. Let's see if that still works with our asref thingy. It does. Oh. Encode string is never used. That's true. So now we have a chance that this looks a bit better. Oh, look. No white space here. I have no idea on how to handle white space during serialization. Should we have a look at, should we generate something? Sir data and see how the Python parser does it. I think depending on the flow mode, it might do the one thing or the other, but I don't know. Yeah, now Python to YAML or something would be cool. Python online to YAML. Or having this in the inverse, in an inverse way, that would be cool. Python to YAML converter. Come on, there must be something online, eh? Convert YAML to JSON online in every language. Well. And in every language. I want it the other way around. YAML, JavaScript, browser only. Ugh. Well. Yeah, I don't think that helps at all. Good, so I will have to do it myself. That's what this surgeon is there for. Oops. So it's explicit document start marker, yes. How do we call it? Document indicator start. So that is going to be none. And we'll write that. Using our options here. explicit start. True. YAML dump d, and we pass in the options. So let's see how that comes out. Make tests serde-data rs. Yes. Okay. Explicit and is still enabled for some reason. So it gives you a hey. Why is there an end there? There's no need for an end. Really? Is this required or something? Document end marker. At the end of a document end marker line is used to signal the parser to begin scanning for directives again. The existence of this optional document suffix does not necessarily indicate the existence of an actual following document. Obviously, the actual content lines are therefore forbidden to begin with either of these markers. Yeah. So using directives creates a potential ambiguity. Is it valid to have a a percent character at the start of a line, e.g. as the first character of the second line of a plain scalar? How then to distinguish between an actual directive and a content line that happens to start with the character? Well, special marker line. So we only scan for directives at the start of a document. And the start of a document and one at the end, yeah. So I don't think there's a need for PyYAML to drop this there, but what we find out at least is that it puts the space right there. What if we change the default flow style? Which, yeah, it's a terrible flag here. I think false is flow style and true is block style. Ugh. Nothing. No change. No. Totally no change. Well. Okay, what would I expect here? So it's kind of the next question, huh? What the heck is going on? The thing is, I think a serializer naturally so here we have the question, should we omit null because null is default? Or should we write it? This is also something we have to specify. Omit null values, omit null key value pairs. So this is also something, in the moment we are serializing something, in order to get a very short and concise YAML file, you might want to prune key value pairs if the value is null. So this is the problem I had with JSON. So here we would actually be in the position to implement this right away. But yeah, I think the point is that if you have null here or there, oh look, now it's a string. Wow. I see. But the thing is, wherever this starts, it doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. Doesn't matter where it starts. So this can be anything. This could also be a number, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I've no idea how to deal with white space here. I think we shouldn't deal with white space. This is something that the container structures like sequences and mappings should do. The thing is, we don't know if anything is coming, if anything is happening. So if null is actually, so this guy, it could be as valid. No, wait. We can assume that there is some value after the document. This is something we can assume. So we can put in a space here after the document by default. I think this is what I can state here. And this is something we should document nicely as well. So where is this? Document start. We may assume that if called, there is at least one value coming. Therefore, we can put a space here by default as values. One scalar, well, as values will not take care of that. Yeah, I think this is what I want to state here. Let's do it like that. Hopefully this is the correct logic. So we put a space here, and now we should be good. So this should now be null's blah blah space null. It is. And this would be valid YAML indeed. However, how do we specify how null values are handled? Right now we don't have anything like that. So we make it explicit, right? But how come? So null is implied. I think by default we will write null. I think that's what I want to do. And I should read up on null values just to see how it behaves. And something else I want to test now that I'm at it. So what happens if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6? Oh, there's a space in there then. Because new lines, there's a folded scalar. It is a folded scalar now, which happens to be a string. Yeah, so the new line is always a space, so these guys become strings and are not numbers anymore. That's naturally so. That's interesting. Yeah, it's cool, actually. So there's no way to have a line break within a number. That's what I try to point out. But what you could do... Oh, look, that doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, it needs at least one indentation. Interesting. I don't know. If that doesn't parse, then probably it should fail, huh? But anyway, there's a literal now. There's a new line in there. If you do folding, then there will also be a new line in there. Yeah. So that way there is actually no way to do that. That's cool. And can we say that we want to interpret this as something else? Not like that. Like that. Yes. Ah, yeah. So it tries, but it doesn't work. Okay, I like this test here. That's really, really good. Helps a lot just to see what existing implementations do under these circumstances. So, what do I do with null values? Let's look it up. Null. Null. Kind scalar represents the lack of a value. This is typically bound to a native null-like value like undef in Perl. None in Python, optional none in Rust. Note that the null is different from an empty string. Also, a mapping entry with some key and a null value is valid and different from not having that key in the mapping. So that's the canonical form. Okay. I think we printed in canonical form right away. Yeah, let's do this for now like that. So we expect this, right? So for these options, let me try something. I would like to have, now I get into trouble by owning this because I really lose my options each and every time. And I would like to kind of change options now and try the same data set again. But I can't do this. 46 minutes in to think about stopping this at some point. Yeah, let's run this. I think that's already a good position to stop it because now the first test actually works. So what did we do? Yeah. Imp ser line break handling and imp encoding. Encoding of values is now split into ASCII and string Unicode modes, which allows us to serialize, serialize ASCII bytes more efficiently without being forced to use Unicode IESTR all the time. The first test is now working, and the code so far seems to be sound, at least in this very simple, very basic case. But it's a good starting point, step by step by step. And it's only going to get more complex, and we want to stay as clean as possible. Yeah, so that's the first working test. I mean, congratulations, huh? Congrats. Awesome. Let's push this right away, just so that I see how Travis thinks of it. I think it takes a long time to compile on Travis, on Travis as well. But yeah, this should work. So let's cut it here. Thanks for watching and have a great day.